Hey guys, this is Rocking3 bringing you the live commentary Forza 5. And the next following video you're going to see here is a top 100 parts and tune. It's going to be an Alfa Romeo GTA on Laguna Seca in C class. And I've put the 100 place rival out on the track here, and we're going to see how well we do against it here. I'll go a maximum of 2 full laps just to see if we can beat it. This car is very dominant on this track. You'll see the top 10, I think, are all this particular car. And the 100 place car happened to be the same car as well, so it's pretty exciting to see that. Get a good comparison. This car does oversteer a little bit, so you have to be kind of throttle conscious on it. You have to make sure that you don't push it too hard when you have it in a turn. But if you have a little bit of throttle control on it, it should straighten out pretty well. Oh, cut that a lot. Ooh, cut that too much. Let's back that up a second just to see if we can take that turn a little bit better. Make sure I don't do that again. It's like I need to go a little bit later. I didn't hit the brakes, but I didn't. Definitely turned in a little bit too early. It was a little bit too late. That's right, we'll keep going with that one. We'll try to get this nailed in our third lap. This car can be used for top 100 on a few tracks, a few of the smaller tracks, but you have to be really conscious on the transmission. This is the stock transmission and has a 5-speed, and it actually caps out at the end of the straightaway. Oop, a little bit of spin there. Alright, let's see if we can do a real fast, clean lap here. You're going to hear it kind of max out here in a second, and it did. Brakes work really well in this car. Really happy with that. Back on the gas. There we go. That's what I wanted. A little bit of wheel spin there, but not too bad. It was a pretty good turn. Alright, let's see if we can get this one right this time. And I did not. Leave that in 5th gear. Oh no! I didn't know you could go that wide and make it dirty. I did. I ran a few laps of this. I think I got like 115th place with it. And I've beaten this car a couple of times earlier, but they were dirty laps, kind of like what I did here. Alright, we're not going to run any more laps. You guys will have to give it a go. This is going to be a top 100 car, though. You just got to drive it a little bit better than I did. Really fast car, really fast accelerating car. I think it would work on the Top Gear tracks. It works on the really small Long Beach track. It just works on a lot of those pretty well. I believe I put it on the top 100 on that new, the really, really small Long Beach track as well. This one definitely is quicker than that 100th place, and I think it's right in there. I think I could probably get this into the top 75, the way it sits right now without any more tuning. I'm 130th right now, and I'm pretty sure I can get that into to probably where that unbeaten GJ Chris is at. I think they're real similar cars. You see there's only 0.4 of a second between them, so definitely a lot of places to be made up there. So let's go to the parts bin here and take a look at the parts, and then we'll go through the tune, and then I'll give you some alternatives as well if you want to make changes for other tracks. Alright, so first of all we'll go to the changes that we made here on the conversions, and we have stock, and the centrifugal supercharger. That gave us 10 horsepower for 11 PI. Alright, we do have some parts here. So we have the race intake, we have the stock carburetor, we have the stock ignition, we have the race exhaust, we have the stock cams, we have street valves, gave us 3 horsepower for 3 PI. We have the race engine block, that gave us 20 horsepower for 25 PI. We have the race pistons and compression, gave us 14 for 16 PI. We have the stock centrifugal supercharger, and the rest of this will be stock, but we'll verify that real quick. Yep, stock flywheel. Alright, we have the race brakes, we have the full springs and dampers, we have the race front and rear anti-roll bar, we have the middle here, we have the sport chassis and roll cage, and we have the full race weight reduction, helps immensely with the acceleration. We have the stock clutch, we have the stock transmission, and this is the one that maxes out on that straightaway. So if you are going to take this to another track, you will have to take the PI on here and probably either lose some of the weight reduction, or maybe lessen your tires a little bit. So right now this track I was able to use the stock transmission. We have the sport drive line, and of course we have the race differential. We have the race tire compound. We have the full upgraded front tire width, 235/55s. We have the full rear upgraded 255/50s. And we have, I don't know what the equivalent of these are, but we have the RPF 1s in that first set. We have stock rims in the front and stock rims in the rear. You can see that our tires are still pretty tall there. Alright, we have the Forza front wing, we're going to have the Forza rear wing, and we are going to remove the bumper. You see it's just a big plus taking that off of there. Alright, so that would be all of the parts. Alright, so let's go into the tune. I have 26.5 front and rear on the tires. This is the stock transmission, so no change there. Negative 2.1 in the front for the camber and negative 2.5. This helped with some of the back ends kind of spinning out a little bit, trying to come around the front end. But that's pretty good right there. 6.5 on the front caster. I started both of these right in the middle, and I had just a little bit of looseness in the back, so I left the anti-roll bars the same. That's where I started, and then I moved the rear springs back a little bit to get a little bit more traction. So we have let me go back to the beginning here. On the anti-roll bars we have 19.60 in the front, 19.96 in the back. In the springs we have 340.9 in the front and 300.1 in the rear. We have the ride height all the way down because it's 6.369, still pretty tall. Rebound stiffness 9.3 in the front, 9.0 in the back. Bump stiffness we have 4.4 and 4.2. Aero, I left right in the middle. This is something that you could probably use on this particular track since I'm maxing it out at the end of that straightaway to get a little bit, so you don't have to hit the brakes at all in any of the turns. that really don't need it, you could crank that downforce up. That would probably actually make the car faster. If you're on another track, you might want to take that downforce off. Braking force, just standard 53%, 140. Didn't have any problems with it locking up, and the brakes worked really well. And the acceleration I had at 10% and 16%. So we're going to go ahead and save this setup real quick so you guys can find it. We're going to call this top 100. And we'll save that out. So you can either make your own or you can download the tune. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video, and good luck.